What is up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. So right now we about to get into this bombshell scandal that's taking place involving Fox Sports and various Fox Sports personnel. So let's jump right into it. All right, there we go. So it says Faraji versus Fox. Faraji is the plaintiff in this situation. Noushin Faraji individually and on behalf of others situated. So she's filed a civil class action lawsuit against Fox Corporation, Fox Sports Holdings, Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor. Charlie Dixon is an executive with Fox. Skip Bayless, of course, was with FS1 at one point in time, and then Joy Taylor, she was on Undisputed with them. And so on the side right here, the complaint says failure to pay wages, business expenses, but this is the meat and potatoes right here. Sexual battery, hostile work environment, race and religion, hostile work environment, disability, failure to prevent harassment, negligent supervision, hiring and retention, retaliation, wrongful termination, demand for jury trial. Also, is this, let's see. So it says, comes down plaintiff Noushin Faraji, blah, 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 brings forth this action because for over a decade at Fox, she was forced to endure misogynistic, racist, ableist workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with impunity. When Ms. Faraji and others came forward to report the wrongdoing instead of addressing their concerns, Fox retaliated against them while the perpetrators and those who protected them were inexplicably promoted. So a bit of quid pro quo was going on. This case does present yet another in a long line of cases chronicling the toxic culture at Fox, marked by bad faith promises and repeated failures to address a poisonous and entrenched patriarchy. Blah, blah, blah. Failed to pay employees. Venue was trial because it was hard to work out of, and it did work out of Los Angeles, California. In addition, each cause of action runs for California state law, and the essential number of events giving rise to lawsuits took place in LA. So a bunch of labor laws was violated. Faraji was a resident of LA for all times relevant during the events of this case. She was employed at Fox as a hairstylist on a part-time basis from 2012 to 2016 and on a full-time basis from 2016 to 2024. Oh, so she been there for a minute, so I'm pretty sure she got a whole bunch to talk about. $13 billion revenue, net income $1.5 billion for the year, blah, blah, blah. Defendant Charlie Dixon is the executive VP. You know, I'm not surprised. A lot of times, you know, these execs be involved in, you know, scandals. Mr. Dixon was in July 2016 the very first significant hiring of former Fox Sports president Jamie Horowitz. Mr. Howard, who was terminated from Fox due to reports of sexual harassment in all relevant times. Mr. Dixon was an agent of Fox and had authority to make decisions impacting Ms. Faraji's employment. Upon information believed, Mr. Dixon is a resident of the state, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they had a lot of, looked like they had already had impropriety of the sexual nature. So right here, they basically outlining various contracts people were given. So let's look up these people. So you got Noushin Faraji. So this will be the plaintiff right here. She looks different. Okay, so that's her. This picture right here don't look like her at all. That look like a completely different person. Then right here, those look like two completely different people. But I'm guessing this is her. Yep, hair by Noushin. Why she look different? I guess it's just the hair. I guess the blonde just make. They gotta be the blonde and then the makeup. Sometimes when girls put on too much makeup, it makes them look like a completely different person. So maybe that's what that is, why she looks completely different right there. But let's get back to this. Who was the other person name? Oh, Charlie Dixon. So that's Faraji, and then you got Charlie Dixon. Fox. So this is Charlie Dixon right here. So I'm gonna just leave that there for reference. Of course, y'all know who Skip Bayless is. So it looked like it's saying that other people might be added to this lawsuit, but at the present time they're not. But they may be because they had knowledge of, I guess, the things that was going on pretty much. Mark Silverman. Let's see. So right here, there's allegations that people were forced to sign NDAs in order to keep what was going on from being brought to the public. Ms. Rogers, ignorant of the true names, capacity, relationships, and extent of participation in the conduct herein alleged, but is informed and believes and thereon alleges that said defendants are legally responsible for the wrongful conduct. See, background, 2003, she was hired. Boom, boom, boom. Introduced by a co-worker at Stallone to Gail Berman, former president of entertainment for Fox, and Dana Walden. Then accompanied a co-worker to do Ms. Walden and Ms. Berman's hair at their homes and on the premises of Fox. For a time, as Ms. Rogers' co-worker became busy with other clients, he sent Ms. Rogers on her own to do their hair at their homes and on the premises of Fox. And all club received a kit fee for bringing their own tools. However, she would not receive a kit fee until 2090, probably 7 years after she started. Alright, let's get to the... wait, what? Oh. Mr. Dixon gives Miss Taylor undisputed as a reward for having sex with him. You know, she always kind of seemed kind of off to me. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised by this. And then from what I read, she started off as a bartender, and you know that culture. So let's see, it says in approximately March 2016, Faraji met Taylor that had recently moved from Miami to LA for the opportunity of airtime at Fox. At the time, Ms. Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on a day-by-day basis when talent was sick. So basically she was like a flex pretty much. Otherwise Miss Time. Miss Taylor told Ms. Faraji that she was recently wed, but her husband remained in Miami and that she was lonely in LA. Oh Lord. I'm lonely. So she cured that loneliness by, you know, spreading her legs, allegedly, according to this lawsuit. Ms. Taylor befriended Ms. Faraji May 2016. Taylor asked her to meet for drinks in Santa Monica. When Faraji arrived, she found Ms. Taylor with an older man, being this goofy looking dude right here. And of course, you know, he was married, so both parties were married and both were having an affair. Crazy, but not crazy. He's responsible for overseeing all content production. Faraji, however, did not know Mr. Dixon. He bought him drinks. She asked who he was. Taylor responded that he was just a friend. For girls say he's just a friend, he's more than just a friend. Following that night, whenever Miss Faraji would meet Taylor for drinks or food, Dixon would arrive. So yeah, he was on that thing like flies on shit, huh? He would always buy rounds of drinks and food. From their body language, Miss Faraji suspected that the pair was sleeping with each other, and although this concerned Miss Faraji, as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. June 2016, while at work, Faraji noticed Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by the coincidence, Miss Faraji found Miss Taylor and told her excitedly the guy who always buys her drinks was in the elevator. Miss Taylor quickly silenced Miss Faraji, explaining who he was. So yeah, she already, that's the dead giveaway right there. She was giving up the coochie to advance her career, because she didn't have no type of journalistic background prior to coming there. Explaining who he was, she became alarmed and warned that such a relationship was unsafe. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. They continued to be friends, but she wanted to distance herself, which that's a smart thing to do. Quid pro quo is illegal in the workplace, and that's an HR nightmare. So she about to get a bag. Considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as they were both married. So yeah, they were having an affair. July 2016, word spread amongst employees about a new show that was going to be a big deal, as it would star Bayless and Sharp. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, it came as a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor, of course, who was a bartender and radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, will be the moderator of the new show, a sports debate program, Skip and Shannon Undisputed. Yeah, you go from bartender and radio host to being on the biggest show, which we now know why. Mr. Bayless later disclosed to Faraji that he did not want Taylor on the show, and it was his show. But of course, you know, he has the answer to goofball right here. Let's see. But Dixon was adamant that she should star. Yeah, because she was giving up that coochie. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Bayless and Taylor, where she arrived in provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. When it did not change Mr. Bayless' opinion of Miss Taylor, so she arrived like a harlot, and he wasn't moved by it. Mr. Dixon asked to approve of her as a favor to him. Reluctantly, Bayless agreed to do so as a favor. Around 2016, they went to a dinner with Miss Taylor and her husband, and wow, that's bold. You bring in the person that you sleeping with. That's crazy. During the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having a sexual relationship. Soon after the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and divorced Miss Taylor. So when this goes to court, the husband is going to be called to testify. So, and if he has evidence, that evidence is going to be brought back up. So the evidence was probably text messages. They was probably sending each other explicit messages or emails or something. I doubt they got video, but hey, anything is possible. Approximately 2016, Undisputed started. Miss Taylor requested for Faraji to do her hair. Approximately 2016, after not allowing anyone to touch his hair, Mr. Bayless also requested Miss Faraji to do his hair. Mr. Dixon groped Faraji after putting her on Undisputed. Oh yeah, so he about to go down. So January 14, 2017, they meet at a birthday party, heavily drinking. So he approached her. He started being sexually inappropriate with her. She did not know who to turn to. She went to Taylor. Taylor said to get over it, explained that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon, and that Miss Faraji only had her job because Miss Taylor requested her. So that right there would be the abuse of power and the verbal abuse that was talked about in the beginning. So they gonna pay some money. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. Faraji was terrified and then turned to her co-worker, Anonymous, to discuss the situation. Anonymous responded that Mr. Dixon was disgusting, that the entire situation was sick, but that it wasn't shocking given Fox's culture, and that Faraji should remain quiet if she wanted to keep her job. As a single mother who needed the job to support her son, Miss Faraji had no choice but to remain silent. 7 years later, in 2023, Miss Poretti told Miss Faraji that she did not like her or anything about Undisputed. Miss Poretti explaining that she had already scheduled someone for hair on Undisputed when Mr. Dixon called her and told her that she must put... Oh. So, whoever this is didn't like her for whatever reason. Let's see. Miss Poretti, Fox. Let's see if they got a... Is that her? Gina Poretti. Hoes always be hating. Let's see. In order to protect the identity. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of this going on throughout this thing. But this is crazy. We only on what, page 8? Let's see. Miss Poretti told Miss Faraji I didn't like that. That's not how things should be done. So I can see why she feel that way. She knows that there's some BS going on and she don't really want to put up with it. Later that day, while thinking about her career, she was angry that Miss Poretti succumbed to Mr. Dixon's request after it gave Mr. Dixon the feeling that he could grow perfect giving her a job. Mr. Dixon gets rid of a female talent member for refusing to have sex with him. Oh yeah, he's a scumbag. Several years into Faraji's tenure at Fox, a female talent member, Anonymous, hired Faraji to do her hair at her house for an award show. Anonymous asked that Miss Faraji meet her for lunch first. There, Anonymous told Miss Faraji that she would no longer be with Fox, and Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to have sex with him if she wanted to renew her contract. But she had refused. Anonymous further conveyed that Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women talent. She should warn Miss Taylor to be careful. And 3, a talk show host had recently reported Mr. Dixon. Following the lunch, Miss Faraji called Miss Taylor to convey what Anonymous had stated. Miss Taylor responded that no one gives a F about Anonymous or the talk show host. Oh yeah, she always came off condescending to me, and this right here just further reinforcing that. Condescending. She's a piece of shit too. So let's see. Ms. Faraji later observed that Ms. Taylor's remark appeared accurate as no actions were taken to address the concerns raised. If it was not already apparent, it became even more clear that Fox enabled high-ranking individuals to abuse their authority, exerting undue control over female talent and employees. Yeah, that's what happens when stuff like this goes unchecked. Fear permeated the workplace as stories of mistreatment circulated. As one example, Mr. Dixon deliberately assigned a female talent member who had been harassed and reported it to a show set up to fail. When the show inevitably failed due to his sabotage, he used his failure as justification to terminate her employment. In another instance, a co-worker who frequently cried in the hallway due to the relentless sexual harassment was fired just 1 week after reporting it. So who is their HR? This is a fucking nightmare. These repeated incidents reinforce an atmosphere where speaking up seemed futile and dangerous. Mr. Bayless begins to give Faraji lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her breast. Damn. Ernestine ain't gonna like that. He gonna be sleeping on the couch. Let's see. After reporting fell on deaf ears, Mr. Bayless began requesting Faraji give him a haircut once a week in a makeup room. Oh yeah, ain't no haircuts once a week. Sorry. Maybe every 2 weeks you would need a haircut, not every week. He would discuss his live work, blah blah blah. Find an excuse to touch her. He would give her hugs after each haircut, kiss on the cheek. He told her that she was voluptuous. Yo, he wildin'. Wait, no, that's Rochelle Nichols. I was wondering, like, okay, so this is her right here. I was like, that don't look like, what's in that? Look like somebody else. So, damn, she had her in her, her memories, what's the name, too. 306 weeks ago. That's crazy. Okay, so that's her. All right. Yeah, I was about to say that don't look like her. That's Nichols. My bad. All right, so let's see. As English is her second language and she was not familiar with the word, Miss Faraji asked what that meant. Mr. Bayless seemed amused and told her to figure it out. Being more aggressive, saying that she did not date at work, as she is a single mom and needing her job. Yep, never shit where you sleep. Ms. Faraji was terrified and turned to her co-worker to discuss the situation. The two decided that because Mr. Bayless was a powerful man and Fox protect a powerful man, it will only be to her detriment. Yeah, and that's always some scumbag shit. The people know that y'all be knowing these people need these jobs and whatnot, and y'all abuse it. Let's see. Miss Faraji has her hours cut after going on medical leave. Approximately November 2017. Okay, so this is the pay part. Faraji hurt her back at work, couldn't move for nearly 40 days, and receives workers' comp. When she returned, she was not provided her full-time schedule and learned from a co-worker that Miss Poretti had promised her shifts to someone else, which that is illegal. Once you go on FMLA, you're supposed to be giving back your initial schedule. You can't give it to somebody else, and if you do give it to somebody else, they have to be rescheduled. So that was illegal. January 5th, 2018, called into her office. Faraji arrived, an individual from HR was present, and Ms. Poretti was falsely explaining that Faraji did not want her full-time schedule. Oh man, that stuff like that would get you beat up. But you know, you can't do that in the workplace. Ms. Faraji grew upset and explained that she did want her full-time schedule, and further explained that Ms. Poretti had been treating her poorly for years. Multiple meetings. From Ms. Faraji's perspective, there was no resolution after these conversations, as she was never informed of any sort of conclusion or action taken on Fox Sports. Remains are undisputed and is asked to also join the herd. Bayless hair, boom, boom, boom. Around this time, after learning of Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon's relationship, Miss Taylor's then fiance broke off the engagement and threatened to go public with all they knew on information believed Mr. Dixon paid for the wedding deposits in the informal. Wow, what type of yo, whoever, that's crazy. So yeah, he was that. So these people some cold pieces of work, man. Cold pieces of work. Said that he withdrew it because dude was paying for their wedding, basically. Mr. Diaz racially and sexually harassed Ms. Faraji. Bobby Diaz, the individual who puts the microphone on talent, mocked Faraji for her pronunciation of English words and sexualized the way she was eating fruit. Ms. Faraji did not respond. She just kept her eyes glued on the monitor, playing Undisputed. Ms. Poretti was present, didn't do nothing. So basically, the environment over there is very toxic. Looks like a lot of hazing, a lot of sexual harassment. Just, ugh. On information believed, Mr. Diaz openly gropes, harasses, and is inappropriate with women at Fox. Has not been fired reportedly due to his role in supplying cocaine to numerous Fox employees and talent, even after an incident where he removed his pants on live TV. What the hell? On information and belief in December 2024, after Ms. Faraji sent notice of this impending lawsuit to Fox, Mr. Diaz made a mockery of his discussions with human resources regarding his interactions with Ms. Faraji. He told various employees that she was stupid. Who gives a shit? Yeah, that's the sentiment around there. Nobody gives a shit. Miss Taylor again uses her sexuality to get on the show. So yeah, she was sliding by and all over the place. In approximately February 2020, Ms. Taylor asked Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When she arrived, she found Ms. Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho, so he was clapping the cheeks too. Ms. Faraji did not know Mr. Acho or Acho, however you say his name, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting at lunch, Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Ms. Faraji later asked Ms. Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Ms. Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. Ms. Faraji became alarmed and warned Ms. Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Dixon and Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Ms. Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she will follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. So yeah, people like this need to be put in jail. That's disgusting. So you're gonna fake a sexual assault allegation if basically if he didn't do what you needed done. That's disgusting. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. Approximately September 2020, she worked on Speak. She requested to do her hair. Okay, Jay, she's targeted because of her ethnicity. In approximately 2020, Jane Doe, Miss M, an employee at Fox, began demonstrating erratic behavior. One night at an informal dinner at Mastro's Steakhouse, she grew irrationally enraged with Miss Faraji and screamed, "F you, you Persian B." The dinner ended after Miss M broke a glass and threatened to harm herself. She was probably on cocaine talking like that. Following the dinner, Miss Faraji's co-worker Anonymous, who was black, reported the incident to Human Resources, explaining that she would not be okay with someone calling her a black bee. Anonymous also had Ms. Faraji report the incident to Ms. Poretti. Despite these reports supposedly being anonymous, Ms. M learned of the reports and became increasingly unstable towards Ms. Faraji every single morning. Ms. M would scream and throw things at Ms. Faraji. Yeah, she about to get some M's. Approximately 6 months later, Ms. Faraji told Human Resources that she believed her life was in danger. Human Resources responded that Ms. Faraji should just leave the workplace when Ms. M was having an episode. After approximately that ain't solving the problem. So there's a lot of culpable people. Obviously, you have the various individuals named, but HR is culpable too because y'all didn't do anything to extinguish this hostile work environment. Y'all pretty much enabled everybody. Y'all didn't do anything. Y'all basically had people sit down, say what happened, and then just swept it under the rug for the most part. After approximately a year and a half, Miss M was fired. Miss M, ex-boyfriend and producer at Fox. Oh, makes sense. So that's why she was kept around, because she was sleeping with one of the producers. Shared that Human Resources gave Miss M a large amount of money in severance. Miss Faraji wondered why Fox rewarded her bully with money. Human Resources eventually apologized to Faraji, explaining they did not have experience with mental health issues. The heck? Miss Faraji believes she has cancer and conveys this to Mr. Bayless in an attempt to stop his advances, only to have him offer $1.5 million to have sex. Damn, you was trying to give her 1.5 for the poom poom? Yeah. He tweaked out. 1.5 for the poom poom is crazy. So I guess he was tired of Ernestine. Ernestine wasn't doing it for him, so he wanted some side poom poom. In July 2021, she developed issues with her left ovary and was advised it could be cancer with a fourth biopsy scheduled. She explained her situation to Bayless, hoping that he would take pity on her and see some advances. It said Mr. Bayless told her that he wanted to be with her. Miss Faraji panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere, that she has a child, and that she does not want him. Mr. Bayless then grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to have sex. Miss Faraji made an excuse to leave. Approximately 1 week later, Miss Bayless made another advance. Miss Faraji responded, "Skip, stop, you have a wife." Mr. Bayless responded, "Aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives?" What the fuck? You not Muslim, so what does that have to do with anything? Miss Faraji responded that her father was dead, and when Mr. Bayless looked taken aback, she made an excuse to leave. Yo, they was wildin'. They was wildin'. Her job is threatened because she won't sleep with him. On April 12, 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Faraji, "I'm good today." The text meant that he would not be coming in for hair or makeup. The following day, he says, "Not comfortable coming down there. Just do what you need to do. It's okay." She asked what was wrong. He replied, "Same stuff, worse." Faraji, concerned about her job, walked to his fitting room to see if anything was okay. Mr. Bayless answered the door, and before she could speak, he began angrily accuse Miss Faraji of fucking Mr. Oh, okay. Yo, so this explains a whole lot, right? Remember that whole outburst between Sharp and... Yeah, he was mad. Yo, this... Yo, it's not funny what happened to her. It's just like these situations is crazy. So you was mad because you thought Sharp was clapping the cheeks, and so you was mad because you couldn't pay $1.5 million for the cheeks as you thought Sharp was clapping the cheeks. That explains a whole lot why he was forced out too. He was probably mad. That makes a whole lot of sense. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. Man. Let's see. Miss Faraji tried to explain that she did not have any feelings towards Sharp and had never slept with him or any other talent member. But before she could speak, Mr. Bayless demanded she come to his car after the show. Oh, he was trying to get it popping in the back seat. Damn. Yeah. He was ultra horny. Miss Faraji responded that she could not come sit in his car as it was inappropriate. He grew irate and then left. Oh yeah, he was... April 14th, texted, "If you're distracted tomorrow, I'll wait till Monday, but I can't keep doing this." Can't keep doing what? Being told no? Miss Faraji told him that she was very confused. He responded, "Trust me, I'm far more confused." Miss Faraji then explained over text that she is not sleeping with Miss Sharp. Mr. Bayless did not respond. So he was mad because he couldn't get no coochie. Ah, that was funny. Bro, That's funny. Let's see. April 15th, Bayless texted Faraji, "Do you still want to do the haircut or just move on?" Faraji responded that she doesn't want to move on from her job and that she will continue doing his hair. April 16th, Mr. Bayless called her. She didn't answer the call because she was scared. She then called him back 10 minutes later on the call. Mr. Bayless again angrily accused Miss Faraji. He mad. He was mad. He thought she was getting that BBC, huh? Crazy. Mr. Sharpman said that he could tell from her body language that she was fucking him. Miss Faraji tried to explain that she was kind to all talent and that included laughing and engaging in conversation. Miss Faraji then asked if he was yelling at her because she refused to go to his car. Mr. Bayless answered that she shouldn't talk to him like that. Oh yeah, his ego was hurt. Miss Faraji replied that she could respond however she wanted. Bayless in anger said that he heard her talk to Mr. Sharp about her vagina. Oh Lord. Miss Faraji knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry. Miss Faraji responded that even if she had been dating Mr. Sharp, which she wasn't, it shouldn't matter at all because she only had a professional relationship with Mr. Bayless. Oh boy. That probably set him off. He probably threw his downfall across the room. April 17th, she arrived to the makeup room, approximately 12 by 30 feet, containing 3 makeup and hair sections. Turned on a recording device, put it on the table, and waited for Mr. Bayless to arrive. That's right, document the shit. In the meantime, 2 of Miss Faraji's co-workers who were privy to his actions went into other talent members' rooms, adjacent to the makeup room, to listen into the conversation. Mr. Bayless then arrived in the makeup room for Faraji to cut his hair in accordance with the schedule. Mr. Bayless knew that the makeup room was always recorded and clearly states this room is bugged. Yo, that's funny. During that conversation, Mr. Bayless stated that he would hate for her to lose her job, but she can't be doing a big thing with my arch rival. He's his arch rival. Sharp is his arch rival. Yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, he was hating. How your arch rival? She responded by reiterating that being polite to Sharp is part of her job. Mr. Bayless responded, "Bullshit." Oh yeah, he was hot. I'll call it bullshit on you. Mr. Bayless then warned that he doesn't want her to lose her job over this. Oh, so he was gonna falsify something because he couldn't get the poom poom. Man. I have love for you and I have for 6 years and you hurt me and you're ruining this. Nah, you ain't had love, you had lust for her for 6 years and you mad that she rejected your advances. You got a whole wife at home and you trying to get some side poom poom. Man. Oh, now you asking her to come to his house? Oh yeah, that's nah. On this occasion with her therapist, so she conveyed that she would no longer be going to his home. The following week, Mr. Bayless arrived as if the conversation never happened. Had nightmares. Miss Faraji is targeted because of her ethnicity and disability. October 2021. Friendship ended with Taylor. Taylor began insulting her on a personal and professional level. In early June 2023, the treatment reached a breaking point as Ms. Taylor began openly mocking Ms. Faraji's English, exclaiming that she could not understand her accent and complaining about Faraji's humming, an involuntary subconscious coping mechanism for her diagnosed PTSD. Ms. Taylor then began stating that she needed a black hairstylist. Miss Faraji and her co-workers who noticed the harsh interactions hoped that Fox could see through the facade, as Miss Faraji had been doing Miss Taylor's hair for 7 years at Miss Taylor's own request without any complaint, and had been working on textured hair for decades. She was hired to do hairstyles of over 10 black background dancers in CeeLo Green's music video, FU. Faraji, June 1st, 23 diary entry states she's been acting like because I'm not black, I'm stupid. She keeps saying black girls' hair should be done like this, not how you do it. I've been doing her hair for 7 years. She keeps making me feel that my English is not good. She keeps making comments like, oh, white girls are dumb. Let's see. She reported the incidents. Yeah, so basically nobody did anything about it. So she's gonna get paid a lot. I wonder if this could. I mean, of course, this is a civil, but it also could be. This also could turn criminal if you know, the DA or whatever in that city decides to look into prosecuting the individuals. But so far this is just going to be a civil case, and based on everything that's in here so far, her allegations are very look like they're all backed up with evidence, whether it be texts, whether it be recordings, and various other people that have spoken on what goes on in that building. So yeah, knowing they're a stylist, has to work from 5 to 9 and then go home. When Faraji asked about touch-ups, Poretti said that she has spoken to all the talent on the show and no one needed touch-ups. Faraji then asked if she did something wrong. Poretti responded, "You remind me of my dog, and when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." Yeah, you don't talk to people like that. That's kind of crazy. So new hairstylists were hired. The co-worker declined. She was like, "I ain't physically involved in that BS." Different talent members asked Faraji why she was no longer providing touch-ups on Speak. The third day they asked her, Faraji explained that because talent had indicated that they do not need touch-ups, she was no longer available for touch-ups. The talent members were shocked and said that they needed touch-ups on Speak, as Ms. Faraji did not feel it was professional to mention her conversation with Ms. Poretti. She explained that there must have been a misunderstanding. Ms. Faraji informed employee relations. Yep, so right now you got evidence of retaliation, work hours reduced, and work reduced period. Ms. Faraji participates in an internal investigation only to be singled out, taken off Speak, and accused of having sex with Mr. Bayless. In mid-July 2023, Anna Drucker. Who is this? They may not have a picture for her. Yeah, oh well, it don't matter. So I can't find a picture of her, so oh well. Well, let's see. At the meeting, Drucker asked if Ms. Taylor was having a sexual relationship with Mr. Acho. Ms. Faraji admitted that the two were in a sexual relationship. Ms. Faraji shared this information because she didn't think it was a big deal. E.g., Ms. Taylor and Mr. Acho had similar amounts of power at this time, but because she didn't think Ms. Taylor or Acho would physically harm her for providing this information. Mr. Acho has been respectful, blah, blah, blah. July 31st, 2023, Kelsey Doe of Employee Relations asked Faraji for a meeting. At the meeting, Ms. Doe told Faraji that there had been complaints of her humming. Faraji explained that her humming is coping mechanism for PTSD, and everyone knew she hummed. Explained that she had been humming since she was a child. She explained that if anyone now was now complaining, they were only doing so to hurt and embarrass her. Ms. Doe thanked Faraji for the information, abruptly changed the conversation, and quickly asked whether she made public comments regarding Dixon and Taylor having sex. So obviously they knew that they were sleeping together, but they didn't do anything about it. Faraji became very scared as Mr. Dixon had previously assaulted her, and Ms. Taylor had warned her that he would fire her if she said anything, and responded that while everyone in the company knew about the relationship, she did not have any information and did not want to comment about it. Ms. Doe then tried to end the conversation and asked if Faraji had any questions. Faraji then began crying, asking why such a swift investigation took place regarding her humming, but no one cared about Miss M threatening to kill her or others mocking her English. Faraji then explained that all she wants is a safe, normal work environment, but everyone mistreats her because there are no consequences for them. While she focused on others mocking her English, she was thinking of her interactions with Dixon and Bayless. On August 3rd, 2023, Poretti told approximately 8 of Faraji's co-workers to not associate with her as she had a pending case with Human Resources. Faraji was confused as from her perspective, she did not have a pending case with Human Resources. Employee Relations had only called her in to answer questions about Taylor. August 9th, she was told her services were no longer needed. August 21st, Kim Bouvier, Fox Sports EV of Human Resources, and Ms. Drucker asked Mr. Bayless for a meeting. When Mr. Bayless arrived, Ms. Bouvier and Ms. Drucker told Mr. Bayless not to worry and that his job was safe. So yeah, that, like she said, y'all was protecting the sexual deviants at the company. The two then started interrogating him on whether he had a romantic relationship with Faraji and whether she had offered him sex. Oh wow. When Mr. Bayless responded truthfully that she had never offered him sex, they again told him not to worry and that his job was safe, heavily implying that they wanted him to say otherwise. He has a reason to get rid of her, pretty much. This circular conversation took place for approximately 20 minutes. Following the meeting, Mr. Dixon called Mr. Bayless and asked why he didn't just lie. Mr. Bayless responded that he cares about Faraji. Mr. Dixon responded, "Who cares? I can get you a better looking hairstylist." Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. Inexplicably, Fox has allowed Human Resources and Employee Relations to be personally intermingled with other departments and high-level decision makers to their own benefit. For example, Afiz Sajani was promoted from Human Resources to a producer after he turned a blind eye to various allegations. Shortly after his promotion, Faraji noticed that he was at Fox early in the morning. Faraji asked him why he was in so early, and he responded that he was now producing the show because our great boss, Charlie Dixon, who has the power to do it, made him producer. Faraji asked, "That's all you need, a powerful man? You don't need experience?" Mr. Tajani pompously responded, "Yes, that's correct, Noushin." Faraji learns that Mr. Dixon wants her fired. Late 2023, Bayless learned that Mr. Sharp and Ms. Faraji had never been involved romantically. Subsequently, Bayless pulled Faraji aside for a conversation. During this conversation, Bayless apologized for accusing her of having sex with Mr. Sharp, disclosed details regarding his meeting with Resources, and further disclosed that Mr. Dixon wants Faraji fired because she knew too much and was talking. Mr. Bayless also disclosed that he believed Mr. Dixon kept his wife on Fox's payroll to keep her silent about his affairs with Fox's employees. Oh, so the wife went along with it because she didn't want to, be separated from that money, pretty much. Mr. Bayless asked Faraji out to dinner to continue the conversation, but Faraji declined, saying that she cannot do anything that even gives an inference of a non-work relationship because she wants to keep her job. October 18th, Bayless told Faraji Dixon was continuing to push him to ask for a different hairstylist, but Bayless refused. Joy is telling Charlie to get rid of me. Yeah, Joy's a bitch. I don't like her. I never liked her, and this just further reinforces that. Like the stuff in this lawsuit is disgusting. It's very disgusting. Let's see. On October 20th, Bayless told Faraji that Dixon had threatened his job because he continuously requested Faraji. So now he was going to try to get rid of Skip Bayless. When did Undisputed end? Let me see something, cause this explains a whole lot. Why Shannon really left? Why? Let's see. When did Undisputed end? So August 2nd, 2024 is when it ended. So August 21st, Mr. Bayless told Faraji that he still loved her and confided that Dixon was the one who had told him that Faraji was sleeping with Sharp. Yeah, he said that because she wouldn't be sexual with him. That's what that was about. So Dixon had a problem with Sharp. So that makes sense, the whole forcing out thing. So you had Dixon and then you had Bayless, both mad because they thought that Faraji was sleeping with Sharp. Crazy. Mr. Bayless then again tried to have sex with Faraji. Oh wow. He apologized and still tried to. Yeah, yeah. Y'all some sickos. Miss Faraji's diary entry for that day states, I said, Skip, I'm only interested in working with you and having a relationship with you and nothing else. He said, you have no idea. You are losing everything. I don't know what he means by that, and I hope he doesn't take me off the show. It makes me sick to my stomach, and it's really hard for me to work like this. I hope God helps me because Fox is supporting people like Charlie and Skip. Miss Faraji lets it be known she will support a co-worker. December 17, 2023, one of Faraji's co-workers was indefinitely taken off schedule after she took offense to the bullying and racist comments made by NFL Fox hosts. Over the next few months, Faraji made it known amongst the department that if needed, she would speak out on her co-worker's behalf. Ms. Poretti responded, if it's so hard for you here, why don't you quit? Ms. Poretti also later commented, I don't regret anything I did to co-worker or a different co-worker. This was especially cruel as she knew one of the co-workers had tried to commit suicide. Yeah. These people some pieces of shit. But this is what goes on in corporate America. It's very cutthroat. And you see, this is just a peek behind the veil, pretty much. Miss Faraji reached out to Ms. Drucker and asked if she should get an attorney. Ms. Drucker responded that she does not need an attorney. Miss Faraji is fired. June 24, 2024. A talent member disclosed to Miss Faraji that Undisputed was going to be canceled and that Mr. Bayless was going to be fired. Miss Faraji grew internally anxious that Mr. Dixon was trying to get her fired. Later that week on Monday, Faraji gave Mr. Bayless a haircut. During the haircut, Mr. Bayless told her about a new opportunity he was expecting outside of Fox. Faraji asked if he would still be coming back to Undisputed, and he replied, of course. Mr. Bayless then told Miss Faraji that he fantasizes about having sex with her and asked how much money it would take for her to have sex with him. Miss Faraji said that she already refused $1.5 million, that her answer wasn't going to change. Mr. Bayless replied, the more you say no, the more I want you. Yo. No means no. Oh man, wow. August 2nd, 2024, Undisputed was canceled. Bayless was fired. Faraji was taken off schedule. Poretti told Faraji that there was no longer a need for her. That same day, Bayless asked Faraji to walk him to his car on his way out. Faraji felt that she had no choice but to walk him to his car. Once at his car, they noticed Mr. Dixon in the parking lot looking at them. Mr. Bayless told Miss Faraji, fuck Charlie, if you want to sue them, go for it. F them. Charlie is not going to sleep tonight. He's scared of what I'm going to tell you. F him. That same day, Miss Faraji reached out to Fox, asked why she was taking on schedule, and explained that although Undisputed had been canceled, she had worked on the herd for over 5 years. To speak for one, Fox did not provide a substantive response, but said they would invest. No, they won't. That was bullshit. August 5th, Faraji was asked to give Mr. Silverman a haircut in the same manner. August 8th, after finishing the investigation, Fox was finally able to muster the following pretextual reason for firing Ms. Faraji. They can only afford to have one hairdresser work on all 3 shows. Fuck out of here. Y'all $1 billion corporation. Stop lying. Like, stop the bullshit. Guided by his attorneys, Fox then implemented the revised schedule, assigning a single hairdresser to cover all 3 shows for 3 months. Once Fox believed it had sufficiently justified his actions from a legal standpoint, they reverted to their long-standing schedule and arrangement, which included one hair and makeup professional in the morning and another set in the afternoon. The same arrangement had been in place for years with Faraji's tenure. Oh yeah, she fits to get a big bag. Faraji's life after working with defendants for weeks after being terminated. Faraji remained conflicted as to her next steps. She remained quiet about her experience as she was fearful, believing that Mr. Dixon might hire someone to kill her so she go public. After many therapy sessions, Faraji has concluded that she never wants to work with Bayless again, feels ashamed for working with him for so many years, and is able to better control intrusive thoughts of Mr. Dixon hurting her again. Let's see. Following Ms. Faraji's departure from Fox, Mr. Bayless began featuring his wife on the podcast. On information and belief, he changed the cell phone number he had maintained for many years, presumably in the hopes of removing and deleting incriminating messages, presumably after receiving notice of this impending lawsuit from Fox. Exhaustion of administrative remedies. Oh yeah, she gonna win this case. No ifs, ands, and buts around it. All types of laws were broken and violated. So this is just basically summarizing the different things. Yeah, this was disgusting. And this right here basically shows that is proof that they were sleeping together. Emmanuel Actual deletes old video about Joy Taylor after lawsuit.
Just got done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I gotta take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in?
Yeah, now she get into that position by opening up her legs.
So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even...
The irony, right? Dude's a cornball. And then he doing this right here.
But truly, in the sports industry,
people are shocked about Joy Taylor and Atra like they wasn't at the crib together. Then, what is like work with Joy Taylor? Me, you staring at her breast, so yeah.
That's what I have to deal with people. Like I'm over here focused on the show, and you know, just I don't know what exactly he's doing.
Somebody has to look around.
Slick, you see that shade she threw at you, bro? Because you weren't talking to me.
That was seven.
Who's surprised by this? She was a bartender, was doing a radio show, then overnight she's hosting Fox Sports. Same with Malika Andrews, the way she got rid of Rachel Nichols and Jalen Rose. Played the part and then quickly married some dweeb. They know how to play the game and will do whatever it takes to get what they want. Rachel Nichols take a D2. I mean, allegedly, it was rumored that her and Butler was getting into it in the bubble. But yeah, this whole situation is crazy. But if y'all wanna read through the lawsuit, all y'all gotta do is type in her name and it'll come up. So all I gotta say in conclusion to all this is Godspeed. You know, based on everything that was laid out in this lawsuit, I believe that she's gonna win. She has evidence of everything that pretty much she laid claim to, and nobody has come out and disputed what she said, probably because the legal team probably told her not to say anything. But and then of course, you know, you got the jokes on Twitter too about it. Let me pull this up, and then that's gonna be it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Joy Taylor has the worst sports take I ever heard. How did she get on TV? FS1 lawsuit comes out. Joy Taylor after having sex with executive while telling women they just need to work hard to get where they want to be.
Started this shit brick by brick. It's my shit.
The Joy Taylor hate needs to stop. This dude's a simp. If the allegation detailed in the Fox Sports lawsuit are true, Joy Taylor is the Kamala Harris of sports media. Yeah, Kamala slept her way to the top too, allegedly. You know, a lot of people have said she took that route as well. So Joy Taylor was going to come out and say he raped me, and y'all was going to believe it. Disgusting. She should be put in jail. I have no qualms with Joy Taylor using. I have no qualms with her using her sexuality to get ahead. I do. I have qualms about everything that was laid out in this lawsuit. It was disgusting from all parties involved, various parties involved. And then faking a sexual assault allegation. That's very disgusting. FS1 and Joy Taylor going through it. Stephen A. Smith and Molly somewhere right now. Hey, Molly ain't safe either. There was rumors that Molly was doing some stuff she shouldn't have been doing either. Joy Taylor had to put the girls away after them allegations. Zion's comment on Joy Taylor Instagram post. Can I be next? Ew, no, blocked. You saying ew, no, but you let Booger Wolf John get the poom poom. So she got a price. Yeah, we don't care about what that cornball got to say. Joy Taylor was shitting on Deshaun Watson the whole time. It was a case of, yep, throwing stones in a glass house. Whole timelines filled with Joy Taylor jokes. Misogyny be damned. We can talk freely about these nefarious hoes now. Charlie Dixon, Joy Taylor. It be funny. Joy Taylor and man virtual
interview. I ever did. Okay.
Hey, stupid. Skip Bayless watching everybody focus on Joy Taylor's alleged shenanigans in the lawsuit instead of his. Yeah, she do needs to be held accountable. Hey, stupid. not ghosting Angela for power. That's funny. My homie and my friend. Fuck out of here, dude. Skip was looking at Joy Taylor in pure disgust. Yeah, because he already knew what was going on with her. Because remember, him and Dixon was friends, so I'm pretty sure Dixon was like, yeah, you see her over here? Yeah, I was hitting that. That's how she got the job. And that was a favor. That's funny. Why? They still got to go to work. That's funny. Nah, that was on TV today. I should have tuned in. It is. Everyone is tense and they're tiptoeing around the elephant in the room. He's definitely reading these tweets. Is this from today? That's funny. Hey. Taylor Rooks watching her girl Joy Taylor get dragged. And then they had that podcast together where she was trying to give dating advice. Like, you had a whole husband and you was out here being a whore. That's why you can't take a lot of these people seriously, because stuff like this end up popping up. It's wild. Joy Taylor ain't allowed to have guy friends at work while she climbs the company ladder. Leave Travis Hunter out of this. He been through enough. Joy Taylor cheated on her husband with a man, then was finna hit him with false rape allegations. That's nasty, man. I mean, I wonder if what her brother thinks about this. You know, I always thought that I always thought that was kind of interesting. Like, he popped up a few times with her. I wonder if he probably like crazy. Nobody. Joy Taylor saying lay at the office. So Joy Taylor be out here fucking for promotions. Hey. Didn't Joy Taylor get on here saying she earned her position? Yeah, she sure did earn it. Was on them knees earning it, allegedly. Bent over earning it, allegedly. Jason Whitlock trying to get a piece of ass from Joy Taylor, but he doesn't fit the criteria. Yeah, I heard his goofy butt talking about he know what he's capable of. Yeah, use a deviant too. This is how Joy Taylor was showing up to work every day, by the way. If it's not nepotism for these female sports personalities, it's sex for favors. Yeah. Joy Taylor, Jello Ball having the best song of the year. Skip Bayless, New Orleans. 41-year-old woman have a $99 party with her friends, no kids at Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, the New Year's didn't start off with some shenanigans. How many Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor meets have you looked at?
500 times. Probably. Quite a few times. 50 times? More. 100 times? More. More.
What shocks me more is Acho effing a black woman. Well, Joy Taylor is biracial, so he covered his tracks both ways. As if all previous clips weren't enough evidence, here's Joy Taylor explain who she smashed. If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, if their financial status is what you want. Yeah, that's that 304 bartender Miami whole culture. No morality, no nothing. Shannon Sharp told us exactly what was going on with Joy Taylor, and we didn't even notice.
Oh, my girl, but Joy, my girl. Skip and Shannon Undisputed. Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show, so I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy, my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool, but we go, you know. Skip and Shannon Undisputed. Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show.
And we can't forget when Joy and Shannon went to a Dodgers game together back in 2016. The next day, Skip referred to it as a date live on air. Hey. Crazy. Colin Coward said, but that doesn't necessarily mean it never crossed his mind. Two titties. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this.
Between Tampa and Los Angeles, it's like we've got all. I mean, two cities have glommed all the championships and players.
She was like, oh, whatever. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. Alright, that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. This video is about what, almost, well, it's over an hour long. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Comment below what you guys think about all this new information that's been brought to the forefront. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.